Hello, VOD viewers. I think we're going to have a spicy little race for world first here. Let's see what happens. I don't know if YouTube started, so I'm saying hello again. Hello, VOD viewers. Otherwise, I'm just repeating myself. So it goes. All right, how can I do this? Oh, my chat wasn't loaded, so if you said anything before, I'm sorry I didn't see it. This. We will be watching a few different attempts, switching back and forth. We will be watching a few different attempts. Oh God. No. Okay, Echo, sorry. Looks like we missed turn one. It was a lead Whimsicott. Mr. Roombo, hello. I have a question for you. What was the music that you were listening to for your stream the other day? Yes, the Pokemon, the rock Pokemon music. Defiant Bisharp coming in, giving itself an attack boost with another. So it looks like turn two is all Bisharps. Thank you for that, Rumel. I was going to DM you, but I wasn't sure if you were awake yet. And sure enough, you're in my chat. All right, so we got Bisharps in. Sorry, let me pull up Battle Log. Just woke up for work, yeah. I just woke up for the race for World First grind. Okay, separately. Look forward to prepping Cav Strat Mons tomorrow. There will be no Cav Strat. It's going to be somebody else's strat. Yo, Rainer, what's up? Hello? You know if the 5th turn stay in is actually a forced Oko? I believe it is. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure it has its own special animation. Oh, there's a forfeit. All right, we got the lead this time. It's a Gengar triple Whimsicott lead. Screen. Memento. Might have missed one. How loud is the music, by the way? Can you hear it? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? I'm going to try something here. See if I can spectate. But I would like to... should have gotten my laptop set up so that I could remote into it and on the same screen so I could stream this easier. C'est la vie. Can hear it, it's fine. Cool. Good level. Cool. I wanted to do funny baton pass chain. I'm watching the Chinese team that's attempting go. They just hit 66%. I believe that their best attempt has been down into the teens. Have a great day, bro. You're the best. Thank you, Cactus Jack. You too. So it looks like the Bisharps are hitting damage cap. Can I spectate? No. That is thanks to Bisharp having the ability Defiant. Attack goes up when its stats decrease, so that negates the attack losses with a +2 attack, so it ends up with +3 attack after the kind of shared fate thing going on here. So it turns out where you lose attack, you can use that to your benefit and gain attack. Oh, did my stream just hiccup? It looked like I lost for a second. No, I think we're chilling. Contrary spin to work for turn 1. It wouldn't have to be turn 1, but it could be. I think it doesn't hit damage cap, even with all the boosts. Contrary in general might work. I'll have to see what their composition is as it's revealed. So with the Bisharps, that was a clean 16% damage just from them alone. I know that there was talk about trying to keep Bisharps alive for a second turn, but I haven't seen that work. So it may just be just take your 16% angle. But that is a great start. They're not ahead of the curve, damage curve yet. They'll need to start keeping Mons in to do more damage. Let's see what the Tyranitar play here is. Oh, we're forfeiting. Welcome back, Cav. Another day of suffering to do damage on Cresselia. Yep. Welcome back. Country Pokemon have the problem that you need to use multiples of said species to activate the mirror, so using +2 Spinda Superior doesn't seem to play. Yeah, you'd have to load up. While we're waiting for this, let me pull up. It's we're watching a stream within a stream. I don't know how I can trim this down. Like that. So this is the China attempt that I'm watching separately. I think part of the Bilibili streaming platform is to have like text pop up on the screen like that. I don't know if it's like the chat feature or not. But it's very funny, especially with the translator trying to translate what it's saying. It's just like very funny words like scrolling across the screen. Don't tell me it's going to be another cheese strat like Suicune. I mean, it kind of depends on what your definition of cheese is. You know? Uh-oh. We may have lost my spectate. Would an unaware Mon work for this? It could. Yo, Tom, what's up? Is Cresselia raid possibly the hardest so far? It seems that way. Oh, he's back. Okay, I see free reign. We're chilling. It looks like they're about to hit the mechanic where Blissey is going to get blown up. I don't know the words that are scrolling across the screen. I can't even read them. I couldn't see the percentage there just because it was getting blocked by something. Somebody did just put the math out that you cannot just do 4% with every Pokemon. You just don't have enough damage. Like slowly killing him with little bops in the forehead, pretty much. Is Cresselia even that meta for future content? It could be. God's patience is beyond your imagination. Does it look like Blissey? Blissey does seem like it's a pretty viable Mon so far. As far as Pokemon go, it is capable of doing about 7% per Blissey, I think is the math. Maybe a little bit less, so that's more than damage cap. So it's definitely not a terrible option. The problem is what you're dealing with if you're new. Basically, all Pokemon have shared fate, which means that if one Pokemon of a certain species dies, they all die. Additionally, there's a mirror effect, so that if you have multiple of the same type come in, okay, we got... Hey, Cav, you are very cool. Thank you. You're very cool too, Nick Shark. And so if you have mirrored Pokemon, they lose stats upon entry. So let's say there's 4 of the same Pokemon. What happens is for every other Pokemon that is not the one in play, the given one, you lose 1 of each attack and 2 speed. So by the end of, you know, by the time it's in, it's -3 attack, -6 speed for if you have 4 of the same species. Cresselia so far doesn't take damage. No, it seems it does not. Oh, I was spectating GB Snorlax the other day. I didn't realize that they were running again. All right. We're going to hide. I'll tune back in for the China attempt for major updates, but I'll keep you posted in the background. They're at about like 40% now. Maybe I'll go back and forth. Can't believe that I was live like 7 hours ago. And here we are, back again. It looks like the alternate is we're going for rain here. The rain Politoed is going for a Captivate. Yeah, you crazy for that? I feel a little bit crazy for it. I think the funny thing is, depending on if Pat streams or not, we'll be going head to head today. Technician Bug Bite from Scissor is doing 2.7%, so no. We require your party to be all high-based. So we can see the mechanism happening for the Bisharp. My screen's a little bit condensed, unfortunately, but you can see the attack going up, the speed going down. You can see the Defiant proccing all the way up, then it also loses the 3 attack as well. The turn 5 for the China team, or turn 5, the set of 5 Pokemon is doing some work. It looks like they got it down below 25% here. So I'll pop in after the 16% is done, and then we have red HP bar for China. We'll pop it up real quick. They've got an interesting mix of Pokemon in the back here. Looks like they're trying to avoid the species clause. Not species clause, but rather the shared fate problem. The lowest I've seen from those around 50%. Yeah, I believe that's what I heard as well, was what their attempts are getting to. They're just trying to find that last 15%. Could be the hardest 15% to find. We're waiting for the third set of Pokemon. I believe they're going T-Tars this turn. Yeah, so I'll flash this really quick. But we got the T-Tars coming out from... They have Denzi, Noverick, and Yu. Or Free Reign, rather. I said Denzi. Oh, God, it's too early. We kind of FF. Got it. We do have a Darkrai in play. It looks like they're going to stall out. They're at 19.6%. China is. Forgot to add Darkrai Clear Amulet for Haze. Ooh. Go back at it. Thank you, Clark. How you doing? Lore accurate Darkrai involvement. How close have people been so far? I believe the best attempt. We're looking at a 19.6 here. Maybe I'll put like a little text up to see best attempt in like the bottom corner or something. I should probably next time they go on break and I stay here, I'll log into Billy so we'll lose that annoying screen. Wait, I thought you were asleep, Cav. We like F it. I'm going back to strat finding progress. No, I'm just kind of riding the wave a little bit. I'm not really doing any. People were doing strat finding while I was asleep, and it seems like they're kind of narrowing down on what needs to be done. But TBD. They're definitely finding damage right now here. That Bronzong's taking just straight up T-bolts to the dome. Will it go down? The 4-hit KO, that's tough. They are utilizing that sand chip down to our last Mon. I don't know what we're doing with Lickitung here. Or Licky rather. What an exciting time. I'm pretty into it. Velociraptor. Is that Shuckle? That is a Shuckle, yes. I think it's like Shuckle Struggle Bug or something that they're using. Yes, Struggle Bug, cool. As if on the sleep schedule is removed. I'm doing well, Clarko, but I am fried. I didn't sleep all that much. They're trying Pori 2, Clefairy earlier, too, with Eviolite. There are some Clefairies in. Flash the percent here. I want to see what the percentage is. These ads are so funny. I guess these 5-star raids, you never really have all the mons prepared for the amount of random mechanisms. So you got to look forward. You got to fork over hundreds of thousands, likely more like millions and millions. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Is it's like if you're trying to prepare for raids, prepare for the 3 to 4-ish star raids. For the 5s, for the 6s, this is a 6-star raid. You are just, it's pure conjecture, trying to figure out what's going to be good and what's not going to be good. Oh, I can watch him in stream. Here we go. 14.9%. So this might be the best attempt then. All right, now we got English. He was on my channel, thankfully. Primate is still good for Darkrai. Primate is still great for Darkrai. It's a little less necessary, but it's great. You think a strat will be out today? I think so, yes. Wait, we can get Cresselia now? We can get Cresselia now in PokeMMO. You know what's up, Altaria? I haven't even looked to see if there are like comments and stuff on my video for Darkrai. I put that out. I was dead tired. I was like, I just don't want to have to wake up to do it. Let me get it over with real quick. Bang it out. 13.5% we're seeing her here. Another turn. Wait, look at that clause. We have the clauses already. Only one summon Pokemon? Yes. We have things living, which is good. We're not doing too great. Could get hacks on Umbreon. Umbreon and Shuckle have been in too long. How important are 31s an attack for the raids up to Darkrai? If I have like 28, do you think that'll be close enough? Absolutely. The most important thing is I would say to get like high 20s and an attack boosting nature, like a Lonely or Naughty works most of the time. For low raids, it works almost like 100% of the time. Occasionally, you'll want better nature for a higher raid, but at that point, it's like not worth predicting which ones you'll want, unless you've got a lot of resources to allocate to. So we're chipping away here. Cresselia down to 12%. Thanks, Cav. Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. I have a lot of raid Pokemon that are like 28 attack that I bred initially. Now that I have much more resources at my disposal, I'll probably start replacing them. But like for your first set, absolutely just go like 28 attack, 28 speed for quick breeds, especially if you can find deals for stuff. Absolutely do it. We are enraged at Shuckle and Umbreon. So this is the anti-stall mechanic that we're seeing here. So I believe it's going to be a one-hit KO at the end of the turn next, or maybe at the beginning of next turn. We'll see. When building mons, it might be used for both physical and special attacks. Does that mean you want to give them an Adam and Modest and get something like Naughty Mild? You almost never want to build for a mixed attacker. It's almost always better to just build for a specific purpose. With the advent of Wonder Room. Oh, Gingermat, thank you for the follow. You always want to just go for more specificity and then just breed another one. It's too... You're sacrificing too much to try to make something... mixed. Altaria, thank you for the follow. It will crit on the enraged spawn. Okay, got you. Wait, I just realized I have my Safari ready Shuckle for this raid. Its time has come. Yeah. All right, I think we're petering out, but it's 11.9% on this attempt. Thank you for the follows. I missed those. How come you haven't gotten Twitch subs active yet? I thought I enabled them a while ago. But I back when I streamed consistently enough. But I guess it like didn't go through whatever the so that they petered out. I think that was 11.9%. So let me edit this. Properties. Let's do add text. Yep. Okay, that's way too big. Thank you for the follow. All right, can we see this? Is this readable? We have, oh, uh-oh. I don't know if we like this. This might be a scuffed attempt. Are they rerolling ads for, at least for each attempt? Like if they found somewhere preferable? I believe it is a static Ninetales and Lilligant every time, so there's no rerolling. They forfeited here, okay. The Chinese team is going back to the PC. They're testing out some other stuff, it seems. That reminds me I'm gonna log in while we're waiting here. Polly survived. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we don't like it when... Oh God. Not even letting me log into Billy. Sweet. If the translation's messing it up. Oh, I got rid of that login screen, so that's better than nothing. Let's see if they restarted. They did. Okay. So we have Polly, Wims, Gengar. I believe it's Captivate, Light Screen from somebody. Gengar's tricking. Out of curiosity, how do we know it hasn't been completed yet? Like if someone beat it and just holding the info, that is possible, but you know, until then we don't know. So I think the assumption is pretty safe. There's not a whole lot of people attempting it. They could go to great lengths to conceal what they're doing. But we'll know when we know, basically. Otherwise, we'll spectate what we can until then. Seems like you almost want 6 teams of dupes or a full team of different mons to negate the duplicate effect. Yeah, pretty much. You're going to want to... they're hiding on channel 99. They could be. Most likely people want to claim first clear. Yeah, it's kind of bragging, right? So maybe they could be hiding it up until they do it, but oh, we're seeing something here. We're looking at a competitive Empoleon here, folks. Somehow ends up with +5 special attack. They FF'd. Or they're about to. And someone can link a Cresselia without showing their strat. Exactly, yeah. But we just wouldn't know what their strat is. Cresselia trolling us. It doesn't psychic Gengar. Yeah, I don't know. That's an easy one-hit KO, is it not? Bring out the Contrary Superior too. Definitely a possibility. Can I borrow a few Milkav? Is that you, Albondi? Can you not spell your own name? Do you actually need a few mil? I'll send you some. Jinwoo being held down by his shadows, coldest line in the game. Actually is. What are the mechanics of this raid? The mechanics of the raid are pretty interesting. There's 2 protective barriers. One is you have to alternate physical special moves at 70-ish%. Then at 50%, a new one happens. It looks like Cien's about to give it another go here. The 50% ones, you have to alternate types. So you have to alternate types and physical special eventually for every move after 50%. Pokemon have shared fate, so if one faints, they all faint. Of the same species, they all, if you have more than one of a certain Pokemon in your party, they lose stats. So people are trying to abuse that and give themselves boosts because of it. We're waiting for both to start back up here. If Blissey's doing around 7% before dying, can't use just 6 Blissies. There is a species clause, so you cannot bring more than one of a particular species. I don't know if it refreshes. Need to rotate between Ghost, Dark, Bug, or does it need to be 4 different types every turn? It just needs to be alternating. So you could go like Ghost, Dark, Ghost, Dark. You just can't go 2 in a row. So like if you hit it with a Dark move, it's immune to Dark moves until it gets hit by another type of move. And the Captivate attempts, I've seen people use Captivates. 6 chances, XD, yeah. All right. So that answers my question. I have to keep refreshing it, but here's the... They lead Bisharps. So if you're just joining in, you'll see that the Bisharps have an interesting +3 attack, -3 special attack, -6 speed. For every other Bisharp on your comp, whenever a Bisharp comes in, it'll lose 1 special attack, 1 attack, and 2 speed for every other Bisharp in the team. So it is losing 3 attack, 3 special attack, and 6 speed. But because it has Defiant, it's gaining 2 attack every time it loses the 1 attack. So it ends up with +3 positive attack. 6 Bisharp, 6 Pawniard, 6 Blissey, 6 Chanseys, 55 Fries, 55... How do you get here? The sailor only shows Iron Island. There is a pre-quest that you have to do. I think you need to go in the house next to the boat, and you will be able to go to Full Moon Island. I wasn't able to do it on my ult, though, so I can't really help you. Do you know which nature they use on Blissey? My guess is probably Calm. Here are the sucker punches. So Bisharp is easily one of the best mons so far, just because it's one of the few that can reliably hit damage cap. Is it possible we may need to use Darkrai for this? A Darkrai I think will definitely be usable. Need to is a separate question. I don't know if we'll need to. Always Ninetales to look in for the ads, isn't it? Yes, they're static. The quest in the house requires national dex and speaking to the professor, I believe. I thought that you could get to Full Moon Island without it, though. I could be wrong. I'd hope they wouldn't balance this perma rate around a mon that's only obtainable 2 weeks a year. Yeah. It's basically the way that they would balance it would be that it makes it better to use it, but not required. Looks like the Bisharps don't need defense, just 2 times 31 adamant. It does seem that way, yeah. It looks like they're not trying to keep the Bisharps alive. Yeah, I talked to the kid mother and it let me go. Did you have the national dex done already? Acid spray from Excelgor to give it a special Spadef drop. Then Hex is doing 3%. Then it hits Calm Mind. Bro's up early. Bro is up early considering how late I was up. What's up with Manu? Yes, national dex done. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. It was bugged for me. I had to give it a couple tries between restarting my game before it let me go to the island. So try that. Do you have national dex done? Because I don't have national dex done on my ult, so I'm wondering if that's the criteria. Come on, term. I do. Okay. It may just be multiple attempts, but I'll give it a shot. Is it event locked, Cav? Cresselia is a permanent raid. It is not part of an event. It just happened to be released this event. Trying to get them deck salts going for real. God, it's gonna be such a grind. I don't know if I have it in me. All right, they have an interesting array here. I wonder if they're just trying a bunch of stuff to see what is doing damage, because this doesn't seem like an earnest attempt, but they're still going, so we'll pop back in. It's a pain, man. I did it for Heatran. How many did you end up doing, YZ? Hi, Luis. Just 4 for now. That would be my goal, is just get 4 done so that I could do a team of 4. I've been watching these guys since the last 6 hours. They keep trying with the same team again and again. This looks like it was different from the last one. I'm not certain, though. Is Cresselia more specially defensive? I think it's pretty evenly bulky. Let me pull up base stats. It's slightly more specially defensively bulky. 110 versus 120. It is thick though. 120 HP, 110 defense, 120 special defense. Phenos aren't even that bad. It's the extra key grind for some. Yeah, I could see that. How come they're sending Blissies despite the shadow? What's the idea behind it? Basically, they're ignoring the attack drops by using fixed damage moves. They're going to chip away at it for about 1.5% every time. But funny, hypothetical. Oh my god. If they give lightning rod to Ninetales, they got this. Can't you just trade them on main, trade them back evolved? Yes, but you still have to level them. All right, so we're back out for the Blissies, and this is where I think they're just going to chunk at the boss as much as they can. We kind of know what's going on here. I'm going to see if the English team is back up and running yet. I don't see them in battle, so we'll just go back there. I'm gonna multitask really quick. Forgive me, but I just want to double check on how the Darkrai video is doing. Answer any comments if there are any. People really like it when I say 2020, 2020, 2025. Hey Cav, Spectates Anarchy, you're in the same channel. They're doing something different. Yo, thank you. I don't see Zan on my channel, in channel 3. Zan's not active right now, but I will when they go. We'll see what happens there. I'm curious to see what they're doing differently. It makes sense if they're trying to get first. They got to do something different because they can't really catch up. How much prep does Heatran require now a year later? Surely the strats are a lot more approachable now. I mean, the strats haven't changed all that much in a year, to be honest. There was a little bit of AI tweaking due to like how the ads function, but ultimately it's about the same amount of prep. There are two prevailing strategies. One is a little bit more budget friendly, but it's more inconsistent. So I think most people end up preparing for the less inconsistent one, or for the more consistent one, which is the dig strategy. And you can get away with most of the time going for like a 3x28 build for a lot of the more expensive Pokemon. There are some that require a bit more expensive. Rach says she thinks it will take a few weeks before people figure out. Would be crazy if they get it today already. Yeah, I don't know if Rach was anticipating people spamming Defiant and competitive. But I don't know what her vision was for the successful team. Is Cresselia permanent? Cresselia is permanent. Dig strat seems more complicated for me. I always tried first with the rain strat. I mean, they all use rain, so I'm not sure. Now, like the raid is permanent. It's, yeah. Check out VKK guy. They're 65% with 3 mons. All right, where are we at now? They're at 50%. Forget how many turns we're at with Blissey here, but I think it'll get them down to like 50%. Tom Kick, thank you for the follow. They're not active for me. I don't know. I've done a fair amount of both Dig and Octillery. I think both are roughly the same consistency. Yeah, I haven't done the Octillery that much. I'm just reporting what other people have told me who've used both. But is there a specially defensive mon with battle armor to negate the crits after Cresselia becomes enraged? That would be interesting. Not quite sure. Do you know best fake tears mon for Heatran is for Alligator because he can tank some hits? Sometimes you don't want to tank hits. But I guess if you're using fake tears late, it's fine. They keep forfeiting. Yeah. The big one for me has always been guaranteed if you follow the exact guy. Some people try to cut corners with stats and it manifests. Yeah, it's really not. You can't cut corners because it's super AI dependent. Yeah, it's the last mon for the player in the Octillery strat. That's an interesting thing. Fake Tears Mon truly doesn't matter. The run should already be won at this point. Yeah, I think if you're getting there and you have the Fake Tears Mon out, like, might be slightly more optimal, but you're just enabling the other Pokemon to hit. icing on the cake if you are able to get another hit off, like a waterfall or what have you. It feels like they were in a better position last time. Smart AIs will always target the Pokemon with one less SPDF. Example, if they're both the same. The AI, I believe, isn't exactly that smart. You need to make it so that the range of possible damage rolls don't overlap to consistently get the AI to do what you want it to do. I think you go wrong is Dig in P3 is Hydra dying early and Dig not living to compensate. Do you have a Google Doc with all of your raids from this year? I do. One second. Drop it in both chats just in case people want to. One SPDF isn't always a difference in damage. It will always want to deal the most damage. That's just how it processes targeting. It will always want to deal the most damage, but the way that it decides how it's doing damage is it actually does a damage roll. That's how like base game AI works. So if let's say they're both at one special defense, it can calculate the damage and high roll on the lower one and then low roll on another and look like it's going to do more damage. All right, we're at 42.8. I forget where we were for the last attempt here, but I'm not sure. Thank you, Omi. Yeah, no problem, Crown. However, I don't think that the AI accounts for status like that, Alterio. Holy, yeah, 11.9%. It was the last attempt for this team that we're spectating. They are chunking a lot more. We got 2.6 from the T-Tar Assurance, Clefable, Psywave, 1.5 fixed damage moves, all doing about Psywave, S-Toss, Psywave, Assurance. This is a bulky group. I do want to... The strategy somehow reminds me of this weekend strat. I mean, they're not dissimilar because essentially what we're doing here, it looks like they forfeited. And they're going again. They're immediately going next. So I think they just didn't like something that they saw. Denzi's going. They just started, so we'll give them a watch. It looks like we have the fix for the Gengar. We're going triple Whims. I think that's going to be a switcheroo angle. What is... Yeah, Whimsicott does get switcheroo. So we're dealing with the item. We're setting rain. I think we're activating, light screening, and... mementoing. Captivating. I didn't expect to see Snorlax Circle of Fable, yeah. Nor did I, but here we are. All the Whimsicots are now fainting because one fainted. Can't Braviary with Defiant use Assurance too. That is an option. Oh shit, Tentacles floating at 1.4. Is it time to buy back? If you weren't here last night, I had probably one of the first like 20 or so Tentacles hit the market. I sold for 4.5 mil. That was a nice little come up. Figured they'd nose. Oh, you thought they were going to die further? I think that there's a little bit of upward buying pressure because they are a limited vanity. It seems like they're only going to be here for this year. So I think that there's probably investors saying like, okay, I'll take it at like a 1.5 floor for future investments. Snorlax makes sense, was used versus Suicune. Did they go next? This looks like it's fine. Team China is waiting. And see TN do it with the perfect RNG, no Paris crits, etc. Has it been calced? I haven't done the math for it. I'm assuming that they are, though. And they're trying to find it, make it work. I want to see the Snorlax Fable raid. Start, make it first. I don't know, but I like the strat. Yeah, it's a cool one. Should probably sell my alts tentacles. I don't know if selling now is the move, to be honest. I sold it 4.5 mil and I was happy about it, but I don't know if I'd sell right now, personally. I might buy back right now. Do we use Ditto? I don't know if Ditto will be useful. It takes so long to do every attempt because of all the stat boosts and drops. A little interesting thing is I think they actually add shadows to each model. Yeah, I'm holding. Yeah, YZ's holding. I'm holding. I think that I'm going to get the Darkrai raid done on 3 more alts. There's a chance I could get it done on more. Forget if I got Darmanitans done. I got the Typhlosions done. I think I was close on the Darmanitan. Nice 12%, yeah. We're doing well. We're watching the English team right now, though. Sorry, what did the Jirachi do? Aha! It worked! It worked! So, what we saw here was a Citrus Berry Jirachi click follow me, allowing the Bisharps to live for another turn. They just found a bunch of damage for P1. That was very good play. That's effectively 12% damage, or really 8% damage found. Because we're enabling free damage pog, yeah. Big smart here. Now all the Bisharps go down. But after 1 turn of setup, and then by turn 3 we're down to 76% is very good. Quick buy Jirachis. Yeah, please, actually. I have so many to sell. we need to boost the Jirachi price. I think the problem is everybody kick. I'm not kidding. Go for it. The Jirachi player can still bring a Bisharp turn 2. I don't think that they can. If I'm not mistaken, okay, we've hit the first protective aura. If I'm not mistaken, the shared fate mechanic happens even if the Pokemon are not in play. I don't know if anyone listening can confirm that, but here's a Darkrai. So I think that this is a clear amulet. Haze angle on the Darkrai. Confirmed. Coke confirms. Yeah, so you can't have similar Pokemon in the back. They just... Jirachi player can't bring a Bisharp in the back because it dies even in the back. Yes. That is crazy. Darkrai doesn't need pure amulet unless you have multiple Darkrai. I wonder if they went next here. This doesn't look promising, TBH. Why do you say that? We've got Vanillux in on the Chinese strat. I'll flash that really quick. You can see their full comp through the spectate view. How to get the percent damage? Which mod is that? It is in... Here we go. So Darkrai did use haze. Eject button Darkrai. Oh my goodness, they cooked. Oh my goodness. We FF again. One of us forgot Snarl. That was great. This does look promising to me, Croy. Darkrai using haze is pure insult. Just what is my purpose? You haze. Wait, what? Rainer's just tuning in. Eject button Darkrai, yeah. Alright, we're at the Blissey stage for the CN team. Why did Assurance not affect there? Because you have to alternate physical and special moves. So what they need to do is Snarl and Assurance. Alternating. We're at 4th Mons here. I think they want this Hydreigon to faint. I wasn't paying close. Hydreigon did just Dark Pulse. Okay. I wonder what its initial use was, because it looks like it lived. It was just Dark Pulse. That's pretty interesting. YouTube is behind SMH. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. It did take a while to boot up. I don't know if that's a data thing or not. We did hit the 66%, 67% Trick Room. Game to Switch can't BS with E2 slowness yet. Or ours. Oh, so it does use Trick Room? It does. Saw someone hit the damage cap with competitive Goth and Defiant Perugly. A freaking Perugly. Yep. Can you switch to Zan's run as well? I want to see what they're doing after the T-Tars. Yeah, I'll pull up Zan on another stream. Zan is spectating, so I think he's spectating. All right, where are we at HP wise? Oh, no, he was not spectating. Okay. Would Covert Cloak work to avoid status? Yo, Chronicle, thank you for the follow. I think so. I'm not quite sure. And August, thank you for the follow. Overcloak, avoid secondary effective moves is going to be used. Yeah. No Flamethrower burn. T-Bolt Paras, yeah. Xanarchy's not in an attempt right now. Swap over to see if they're back. They are back. We're in the follow me Bisharp turn 1? Turn 2? Bisharp market has skyrocketed, yeah. It's an easier one to breed, so I don't know. I guess people will buy it, but what is the full form of HM and TM? Don't know what you're asking. I think the Chinese team is about to get the boss below 50% with their Blissies. Yeah, if you're asking what the acronyms are, it's Hidden Machine and like Training Machine sounds right. So if you're just tuning in, the wrinkle that the English team has introduced is a Follow Me Jirachi to enable 3 Bisharps to get an extra attack off. So that's effectively 8% damage more by using a Jirachi instead of another Bisharp. There an OT clause in this? There is 4 OTs. It's a 6-star raid. Not even just species clause. Yeah, it's a same evolution line. Technical machine and hidden. Yes, that's it. Thank you. It really is the easiest way to bait chat interaction is to say something that's incorrect. Easy peasy. Xanarchy is theory crafting at the moment. If you do want to watch Xanarchy, pull him up on a separate tab. That's his thing. I would encourage you to follow him. I'm going to call the Chinese team the Billy Billy Boys because I think that's funny and I like the alliteration. So the Billy Billy Boys are getting through their Blissies right now. They're at about 45%. All right, we are back in the eject button Darkrai phase. So what we saw here, and we saw forfeit shortly thereafter because they were missing a Snarl and a T-Tar. The purpose of the Tyranitars is to alternate, I believe it's Snarl and Assurance. So the Darkrai is going to haze, get hit, eject button out, and then another T-Tar is going to come in. So that way they're able to get 4 T-Tars. And then they can just alternate T-Tar each time. Damn Zan's current viewer locations. Yeah, Zan just went up like 15 viewers. Good job, everybody. Keep his tab open. I'll keep an eye on that too, and I'll let you know when he's getting an attempt in. It looks like he's going back to the island right now, though. All right, so we have the T-Tars in. They're going to eat all the Cresselia ones first. We haven't seen a trick him yet, so they are eating damage first. Oh god. First para. Snarl goes first. Snarl's only doing a 0.5% of damage. Is tough. Oh, they got the order wrong. Have News Network in full swing? Absolutely. CNN's going to issue a DMCA or whatever for using that acronym. So this is where we just saw the protective barrier come into play. If you're new, basically what's happening is at 75%, you have to alternate between special and physical moves. So the intent here is to go Snarl Assurance, Snarl Assurance. They went Snarl Snarl, so where is it? You can see 158 use Snarl. That's 158 speed. That's why they nickname it that, so you can tell what speed it is easily without mousing over. The Snarl hit the Ninetales, but not the Cresselia. Or it missed, I don't know. Have Pokemon news? Yeah, I don't know if I like the first 2 letters there. Would be sick if we got Whirlpool Wrap Licky strats. I mean, anything is possible. We're past the Blissey phases for the Chinese team. I think they probably forfeited here. So we're going to go watch the late attempt here. Xanarchy's still on the same channel, so we can switch to him when he does start. Why am I getting pinged? Petrovsky is live and there was an alpha pop. How long ago was that? Should I tell you about it, or is it so far gone that it's not even worth mentioning? There's a Quillfish pop 20 minutes ago, Unova Route 18. It is a pain to get to. We did it again. Forgot Snarl Assurance or something. I thought Xanarchy was about to start. Now I'm watching him go to Battle Frontier. He needs a BP move. Or is he buying EV items or something? How many OTs are needed for Cresselia? 4 OTs needed. Thoughts on some sort of skill swap Volt Absorb on the TARs, resist the rest of the set? You could throw it on an ad potentially. I don't know if the ads keep it. A lightning rod on the ads or something. Nobody beat Cresselia yet? Nope. As far as we know, no. The assumption is if somebody beat it, they would let people know that they did. So we're watching people that we believe are making the most, the best attempts at Cresselia publicly. There are ways of concealing if they want to. We're down to 25% again for the Billy boys. Is the range mechanic reset on switch out? I don't know. That would be interesting to figure out. Should they just list it on GTL for a shit ton? Yeah, that's the assumption, is that they would either list it on GTL to show it off or list it on GTL to make money. They could put up for 2 bill. Presumably no one's going to buy it for 2 bill. So I don't know. Epoch's pretty crazy. It's truly the first one. He might do it. Then, otherwise, they would just put it up in like general chat or something. Thanks for trying to figure it out. I am just watching people figure it out. I'm doing none of that. I'm doing none of that. Or it could be an orb again. It could be an orb again. We don't know. They're still the Billy boys are cooking. I can see on their stream they're still picking moves, so we're not forfeited out yet here. Xanarchy's up. He's doing a quad Whimsicott. I have so many streams open. Let me add a new window. I'll pop him out because I can, rather than like switch back and forth. They're a little bit further along here. All right. So triple whims is probably Trickaroo, Light Screen, Memento, and then something fourth move. I missed it. If anyone else was... Oh, we got action here. So we have a Struggle Bug. Toxic. Psywave went off. Interesting that Psywave didn't go off. I'm confused what happened there. Because it was Struggle Bug, Toxic, Psywave. Does the Toxic count as special? Interesting. Alright, we're waiting for turn 2 for Xanarchy. Billy boys are at 18.9%. We're down to last mon on the person that we're spectating here. It looks like they're down to last 2 each-ish. As far as you can see, Bisharps and T-Charts are required no matter what. Time to buy them before they start skyrocket even more. Yeah. Hi, Cap. Thank you for your guides. Is the raid only active for the next 7 days? It might be less than 7 days, but yes. Sorry, the rest of the guides, yes. I haven't made a guide yet for Cresselia. For Cresselia, it is a permanent raid. It's here to stay. I've heard of Epor, not Epoch, yeah. Even Epoch won't buy for 2 bill, I fear. Probably not, but... I don't know if any collector has... Actually, there are probably collectors that have like the confirmed first legendaries. I wonder how they value them. Somebody give me a price check. Xanarchy is doing triple Bisharp Rain for their second turn. So just flash that on screen really quick. They went Polytoad triple Bisharp. At Epoch, Billy Boy sounds like a 90s boys band. Yeah. So this is, we're gonna be like, my American audience will understand this. There's a thing called NFL Red Zone. And basically what the channel does is it just switches to whichever NFL game that is on where they're about to score. So we're going to be the red zone of PokeMMO. We'll call it PokeMMO Red Zone because it will switch to any attempt that's in the red. So right now we got the Cresselia attempt that we're watching from the Billy boys at 18%. Press Red Zone, I'm dead. Yeah, I think that's going to hit for the people that know. Chuckle use wrap. Wrap and Struggle Bug Shuckle. What would he do if no one managed to get beneath like 10% for the next few hours? We wait. Can't wait for the touchdown. Yeah, it's gonna be, the score will be great. How to get to Crest End? Go to Canalave. You might need to have the completed decks done. OT decks, and then once you've done that, talk to 2 people next to the boat in Canalave in the house, and then you go to the boat, and then it'll take you to Full Moon Island. Gotta get 4 4K monitors and have like 16 to 32 stream open at once. Yeah. If anybody wants to donate and make the 4K monitors thing happen, and then also a PC that can run 4K monitors concurrently, if there's any oil barons in chat and just want to throw money at me, let me know. We can set that up. Last mon here. What's the Electabuzz doing again? Okay, it's just a bulky seismic toss. Sadly, I am not an oiler. Yeah, me neither. Hey, Park. How's it going? I actually have the internet speed for it, believe it or not. I've got some pretty good internet. Hit up Gamer 2020. Now you know I was hating life the other day. Interesting. I know. Thank you for updating the Google Doc. The team we were running wasn't cutting it last night. Yeah, my pleasure. I'm glad that it was useful for people. For Darkrai 5-star, yeah. They're still picking moves. Xanarchy had their Bisharps live. I don't know what happened there. If anybody's watching Xanarchy's Bisharp looks really good for the raid, I guess you should buy for a few. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nizuka. Thank you for sending that money through. Let me move chat a little bit here. Just fine-tuning streaming stuff. All right, what are we getting down to? 13.3. They screwed up the order, it looks like. Juckle rested. Juckle rest is interesting. They're really working through rest here. Xanarchy is unfortunately hiding his battle log, so I would have to spectate him to see what he's doing. But we're the red zone here, so we gotta watch. 11.3 is the new best attempt, though. And we're gonna get further down. Oh, this isn't y'all. Someone else. No, I'm spectating. I'm bad at the game. I can't be doing this. Will Shuckle stall the poison and wrap? Shuckle can only stall a certain number of turns. They added an anti-stall mechanic so that if a Pokemon has been in longer than 5 turns, it gets focused down and guaranteed crit by the boss. We're watching. There's 3 teams going right now. We've got this team, this Chinese team, which I'm calling the Billy Boys. We've got Manoveric, Free Reign, Dev, and who's the 4th? I think it's Yu. They may have swapped someone at this point. And then Xanarchy has a second set of 4 people going. What am I missing? Why not some higher damage hitters like instead of Licky Licky, for example? There are not that many higher damage dealers. We've officially entered the witching hour. We have officially entered the witching hour. Where's the Cresselia raid? Full Moon Islands. No, you aren't bad at the game, at least not as bad as me in a million years. It's all relative, I guess. And you're better than you think you are. Okay, I just want to say thanks for some of the guys. First year doing raids. I'm happy to help. I finally went and looked at some of the analytics last night after stream. And I was surprised to see how many, it's like still like 70% new viewers are watching the raid videos. So I think that's really a testament to how different or how much turnover there is in the audience. 8.6%. They're very close, but it doesn't look like they're going to get it here. But we are making progress. They are finding the damage. If we get one more turn off here. Can you hit it with some dark moves or something? Just started watching the raid, so sorry if it's a dumb question. Not a dumb question. The problem is most of the dark hitters. So one of the problems is you have to start alternating the type damage that you do. So you can't do dark. Or if after 50%, if it gets hit by a dark move, you have to do another type of damage before it can be hit by another dark move. So it's immune to dark until it gets hit by, like, let's say, bug. So what people are doing to get around this is they're using fixed type damage moves in Psywave and Seismic Toss, and then using bulky Pokemon that can live multiple turns to get more damage off effectively. So many new players that'll think Prankster Haze doesn't work on Dark. Yeah, that's on me. It's interesting to me that they're bring taking Pokemon and Zan has strong hitter mostly. Yeah, it's definitely different. They are super, super close. They might actually... Is it possible? Holy shit, 1.9%. Oh my god, Porygon 2 got crit. That was so close. That was so close. Xanarchy's not in right now. They are in. Oh, we're at 50%. I think this is the best attempt from the double Bisharp team. It's close now though. Okay, they're down to the last two. We do see a Braviary being used from Free Reign. That crit doesn't change anything, right? Probably not. It is unfortunate though. I think it was still going to eat a few more hits. It looks like this might have been a forfeit from them. Xanarchy's not in battle right now. Oh, he just went in. It's not loading yet, though. Or he's spectating. He's spectating, okay. 1.9 means they'll probably get it with the lucky run. They have the damage. It could be, yeah. Or that was the lucky run. Mod said that there are people at 1% on channel 2. I think I was watching the same one. Could just be a few high rolls away. Nobody's active at the moment, it looks like. This is a decent attempt from this team. I don't know who this is. They're down the last two at 50%. It looks like the Billy boys are about to go again. I will keep you posted. They haven't forfeited it yet here. I don't know what's going on with the free reign team. If only Electabuzz hit 3 times. It didn't, they would have done it. Yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of the hacks. Is that, did Electabuzz not hit 3 times? Okay, they're going. I'm gonna leave this up. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, get some water really quick. You are watching the Billy boys. Exchange of Crunch Assurance. You eventually have to exchange Crunch and Snarl. Because of the special physical barrier. So, 1 sec, I'll be right back. right, I'm back. And I brought a bagel. Yes, you need to speak to Sailor's wife and son. You get to Full Moon Island, the house next to the port. All right. I'll leave this up a little bit longer until we get to the Blissies, because we kind of know what the deal with the Blissies are. And then we'll switch around and see what else is happening. Xanarchy is going with damage dealers. Oh my. Actually. No, actually, okay, I think he's spectating. Is this the... We're not in red zone yet. But we're getting there. If there's any astute observers, anyone tell me what they're cooking here? Why revealed to the class? Do we know if we get to capture Cresselia to win? Based on the setup of the instance info, it seems like that. It seems like we are going to be able to capture it. It's set up the same way that Heatran is. There's a recapture cooldown separate from the repeat cooldown. What's Cresselia's moveset? It is Psychic, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Power Gem. You published the T5 Darkrai doc. The T5 Darkrai doc is the same document. I didn't do a separate document this year. Hopefully it's not a summon like Darkrai was. It seems like it's not going to be a summon. With this perm endgame raid, like Heatran, or event purchase like Darkrai, this is a permanent raid. It's OU legal and permanent raid. So Crest will not be an orb, hopefully. Yeah. Cresselia been caught yet? It doesn't look like it, Anthony. Oh, the doc isn't. I haven't updated the descriptions part. 1 second. All right, I'm pulling it up now. The docs. All I don't know if I can update. I updated the description. A guy about to do it. Who's about to do what? CPY is ZLB. Not my channel. I don't know where he is. You know what channel? Litra. Billy Boys are starting another attempt. Do you need OTs for Darkrai? We need 2 OTs for Darkrai. On both difficulties. Just need to make a Murkrow and a fighting type on each alt. Give me Brent. It's doable. Do you think the strat from Alpha Suicune will work on this? It will not, because they specifically introduced a new mechanic to prevent strategies like that. Basically what happens is if your Pokemon's been in for 5 turns, it starts to automatically crit it. And it'll go down. The Blissey build people are using for this just progress just full special attack tank. Yeah. It's going to be calm or careful. CPYLB guys channel 2. Do we know what percent they're at? %. I'm gonna stay here until we're red zone here too. Let me see if I can find a way to get a second one up really quick. Working on getting another one up. Oh wait, I couldn't get my alt there. That was the problem. Hold on, I'm a little bit distracted. It doesn't look like I can do the quest until I have full dex completion, so that might be a lost cause to try and get a second alt to the island. Would Ferrothorn Ingrain work? Electric Psychic Resistant? There definitely have been people using Ferrothorn. Also can use Leech. Pretty effective damage. It doesn't look like they're going to get it on this one, but I think that they've got kind of the general strategy down. The end Blissies will be interesting because they'll just have to get like 20% damage. I think that's doable. It's like 6% per Blissey. We'll have to see. All right, here they go. It looks like there's an addition of Superior to the China team, the Billy Boys, going on off on their stream. Wild Blissey. Oh, they got a Bliss. Oh, there's a counter Blissey up. I was so confused why a Blissey used Seismic Toss on another Blissey. Oh, right, the first one goes down. Yeah, okay. You don't need all dex completion to go to the island, not for me. You need to for the raid to be active, though. Best I got was 1.9. Yeah, that was a tease. Is a reward for 5-star Darkrai Tentacles, or is it anything else? It's Tentacles and Dream Essences, and if you beat it again, it's more Dream Essences, not more Tentacles. Oh no, they're on channel... Okay, channel 2 for the other ones. This stinks. What if Magikarp Wobbuffet? What if? Watch the guy not be able to get the quest until he had at least gone through the Iron Island mini quest and gone to the professor in the second town. Is there like a short text walkthrough of the Iron Island mini quest so I can do that off screen and figure it out? Is the rebattle just 10 essence? That's terrible. Yep. Or 20 essences? I forget, but that's what it was last year. I mean, it's a pretty quick fight for roughly 100k. Not that bad. We'll watch. That's Xanarchy. Let me rename that. Can I name it? Let me flash that. That's the Billy stream. Wouldn't it, if you like chance to be better than what they're doing with non-covert Mantle Blissey? I'm not sure. I guess free reign's off this channel anyway, so we're going to change channels to 2. I think GB Snorlax is in this team. Let's watch the... Oh, no, they failed. Okay. We'll watch the CN team start here. The kid isn't the bed to start the film quest until he had gone to the professor about his Pokedex. Is the Professor Pokedex thing separate? Or do you have to do the that quest first? Where is my bag? Fly Ocarina. I'll see if I can figure that out. It would be really nice to get a second vault up so that I can spectate more. I don't have the Pokedex completed. I just talked to the professor, talked to the kid. The mom got access. Okay. Is the professor back at home? Guy I watched didn't get the quest start until he went to the professor. Just going through the island wasn't enough. Maybe it... Is the professor at the island? Let's see. It's not in bed. Okay. Professor was in the lab for me, but didn't do anything. Let's watch this start until they do their Ulysses, I guess. Let me pull it up on my laptop, actually. It'll be easier to manage. Has anyone in the world already beaten Cresselia? As far as we know, the closest someone's gotten is they've gotten it down to 1.9%. What did Superior do? Is anyone paying attention? Blair Sir. There's some text that the professor's giving me, but my strings block it out, so I don't know what he's saying. Let me turn them off. Oh, I have such a pain. Yeah, so you can, I'm keeping track of best attempt in the bottom of the screen. So far we've seen 1.9% is the best attempt. Sorry, I'm not narrating here. I kind of want to get the ability to get a second one up, but second channel, but I guess we'll have to work with what we got for now. It looks like the English team that we were watching is taking a break. So we are left watching the Billy boys. What were they using on the 2% team? We're looking at it right here. Let me show you the comp really quick, though. You can see it when we spectate them on Billy. They've got a really interesting mixture of Pokemon, though. They do have the 4 Blissies that we're going to see here. But it's all Bisharp leads. Blissies is the only other like commonality, and then it's a mixture of Snorlax, Shuckle. I think there's an Electivire in play. They brought a Flare Superior, but we'll watch it play out here. Yeah, the Billy boys are very close. They can probably find the damage, and they might find it here. I don't know where they're at relative to the last attempt, though. Zan's doing some 3 crafting himself, it looks like. Here's a trick room from Cress. Activate on a Blissey. Okay, thanks, Mike. Go ahead and make a Bisharp. So far, only constant is 4 Bisharp, 4 Blissey, right? Yeah. Most teams have both of those. Okay, thanks, Mike. Go ahead and make a Bisharp. Would recommend. It seems pretty likely that Bisharp is an easy damage cap. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. I was ignoring chat. Bisharp 5 times 31 adamant. Tough to say. It wouldn't hurt, but you might not need it. Basically, your Bisharps are only good as the weakest one unless you intentionally make all your Bisharps live. Could Full Moon Island also require a full scene in Synodex like Snowpoint Temple? It's possible. Cap to get to Full Moon Island, you have to go to Canalave, go to the house right next to the boat, and talk to the kid in the bed. There's no kid in the bed for me currently. Yeah, I was wondering why you have a Red Bull pick. I've just had a Red Bull pick ever since I made, like, really one of my first form accounts. A long time ago, and then it was my Steam profile picture. Then I made a Discord, so I kept it as like my gaming profile picture, and that's the reason why. 31 attack with the attack up nature. You just need Sucker Punch anyway. Yeah, that could be all you need. If it turns out that you need a bulkier Bisharp, though, you're effed. So that's why it's tough to breed before we kind of know how things are shaken out. It's sort of breed at your own risk, basically. Yeah, I don't know exactly. There's something else that you need to do in order to get the kid in the bed to start the quest, basically. Now that we're watching Blissies, I'm going to pop out and check the other guy, this CP, YLZ, whatever. Unevolved Rotom. I wonder if that's like an Eevee Light Rotom or something. Nope, just trick. Okay. Snow is interesting. Did we see what... I don't know if we saw what the Vanillix did. They did go Bisharp first. It looks like the Billy boys forfeited anyway. Rotom doesn't evolve, so Eviolite wouldn't work. Transformations don't count. Are we taking notes of turns and moves for potential guide? I can't do note taking and streaming at the same time, but I very much encourage someone else to. I unfortunately am not good enough to multitask to that extent. Okay, sorry, distracted again. Do have to answer emails in between here. Has the Chinese team come up with a new E4 yet? Or I haven't seen anything in particular, but I'm sure that people are working on it. You need access to Mount Moon, so the full ulti decks, yeah, in order to attempt the raid, but people are saying you don't need to be able to you can get in the room without necessarily having the OT decks done. Doesn't help that it's a long fight too. Yeah, every attempt takes a long time. This is a totally different strat from these guys, and I believe they got down to 20%. So there's still a lot. There are ways to go. They're pretty far off from what the Billy boys were doing. I don't know if these guys are also streaming on Billy, so I don't know if I can really use that as a differentiator, but if I were really on top of my game, I'd be keeping track of what this comp has been, because it's the only one that we can't, I don't have better insight into. Do you need the OT decks for any raids? You need it for the 6-star raids, Cresselia and Heatran. Both are permanent 6-star raids. So that's 602 Pokemon. It's the non-mythical, non-legendaries. The hard ones to get are the Pheno Pokemon. If you're not familiar with Phenos, there's a lot of information out there, but basically they are difficult to catch. You have to rely on other people to let you know that there are Pheno events happening in Unova, and then there's 5 or 6 uniques, I guess. I don't remember exactly, but they're annoying. Long story short, get started on those if you're a new player. Maybe not during the event, but as soon as the event ends, get going on the Pheno Pokemon. Just keep track of them. Get a Discord server where they're being called out, and then try and catch them. Be one of my biggest recommendations to new players. The Billy boys are making another attempt. They're in their first turn, going all Bisharps. This is the best attempt that I'm aware of at the moment, though, that we have live, so. Channel 5 boss in red zone. All right, let's make the switch. If you're wrong, you're banned. Who is it? Not this team. Okay. Red zone. All right. Last couple mons. I don't know who this team is. Channel 67 boss at 0.1%. Oh, screw you, Smooch. Yeah, let me just hop over to 67. I'll just run in and out of the Darkrai area over and over and again until I get 67. They do have uniques left, so each of these can continue to live and do more damage. If they're each doing about 1%, the Heatran's probably going down this turn. Shuckle uses Wrap. 14.3. Does that do any damage initially? I don't know. Cresselia Toxic. I'll keep tabs on this. Yo, good luck with Crest. Thank you, Disco. I'm not doing anything, so... All right, there's the 0.4 from the Heatran Flamethrower. This is a good attempt for what I don't think to be a very good mon in Heatran late, but I don't really know what the point of the Heatran is. Cresselia goes down, which is interesting. I thought Heatran was going to go down first. What did the Cresselia do? Was that the Toxic? Okay, so it's getting its damage off as long as they can stay alive. Dies to the foul play. Unfortunate. So we're going to see the chip here. Poison plus Wrap did no damage. Oh, 12.5%. So it was 13.9 to 12.5. I think it's like 0.8 and then 0.5 or something like that is the damage. Does anyone know what Toxic and whatever Wrap damage is? Bro wants all the information in the world. I want it all, baby. 67, obviously the troll. The real channel is 69. True. Do you think Swagger foul play spam could work? Basically, so one of the main mechanics, Smooge, is, or there are two main mechanics. One, basically by 50%, you have to start alternating between type moves and physical special. So eventually you can't just spam a particular type or a particular physical or special move. So you have to start alternating. It's possible, but I don't know if you can get the foul play off and get the damage back. Yeah, it's rough. So that's why we're seeing a lot of seismic toss Psywave. What are the requirements to take part of this raid? You need to complete the OT Pokedex. You need access to Mount Silver. And then you need to go to Full Moon Island. There are 2 NPCs next to the boat in Canalave. You have to talk to them, and then they'll allow you to go to Full Moon Island. I think it's Canalave. I've been saying Canalave, and no one's corrected me, so I think it's that. So is it a permanent mon? Can I buy it in the GTL? If someone's willing to sell it for a price that you're willing to buy it, yes. But I don't think anyone has one to sell yet. Eventually, yes, though, you'll be able to buy. Theoretically, it seems like that way. We are... They probably forfeited here at 9.4%, but this is the best non-Billy Boys team. If you're just joining in, I'm referring to the team that has the 1.9% attempt as the Billy Boys. They have another run going at the moment. They're at about 50%. Bug Bite. They don't have Struggle Bug on their Shuckle, which is a miss. And the Shuckle will faint here anyway. It is over. And it gets crit for good measure. GG, by the way. Thank you. I assume that attack, special attack, Hex Assurance, Sword Rock isn't considered too squishy. Yeah, it seems like the only non-tanky mon that people are consistently running is Defiant Bisharp. Who are... BBJY. I have to go back to channel 2. Let's just do a quick run through of this channel. This is a decent attempt here. Yo, did they switch out their Blissey's paralyzed and it's in his party at 67%. They might have switched out to get around the like a baton pass or something. Who is this again? TTYLX. Has somebody even done the first raid? This raid looks so hard. It is very hard. What's the weighted shadow actually mean? For every Pokemon that you have in your composition, so any person in your link that has that Pokemon, they lose 1 special attack, 1 regular attack, and 2 speed for every duplicate. So there are 3 Snorlax total in their entire link. So each Snorlax loses 2 speed for each other Snorlax there is, and 1 attack, 1 special attack for each other Snorlax there is. About 6-7%. Hard swap or TP most likely, yeah. Additionally, if any Mon dies, any Mon faints, every Mon in the link also faints, regardless of whether they're on the field or not. All right, we're gonna go back to channel 2 because this might be the run. Soul linking in my PokeMMO, yeah. Smooge, if you wanted to start breeding for this, Blissey is a pretty safe bet if you don't already have one, and Bisharp is another very safe bet. If I wasn't streaming, I would be breeding. It looks like Petrovsky is struggling with Bandibuzz. I've been trying to keep tabs on it a little bit while I'm watching the other stuff, and it looks like he's not having a good time. I've seen a couple attempts. I don't know if anybody's switching back and forth between me and him, but waiting for a guide to drops that people will see so I can jump the price. There you go. Yeah, for your alt, it's full scene Synodex to access the island. Thank you, Elena. Good to know. I'll get started on that at some point. What type of Blissey and Bishop nature and IVs? You want a specially defensive Blissey, and you want a full attacking Bisharp. I don't know how bulky the Bisharp will need to be, though. Chansey Eviolite is not better. I don't know, but people are using Blissey. And you can always evolve the Chansey into a Blissey if you need to. You can leave it as Chansey if you want to. I think Bisharp needs attack and special defense. A lot of people are just letting them faint, but there was a strategy where people were using a follow me Pokemon to allow 3 Bisharps to live to a second turn. So I'm not quite sure. It's probably safer to build it specially defensively. Definitely a boosting attack. Or it might not need the boosting attack nature. I don't know. It might hit cap regardless at the +3. If anybody has a non-optimal Bisharp and wants to start testing that, all you have to do is queue up for the raid and click Sucker Punch with a bunch of other Bisharps. You can just make a link with other people. That would be good to test. That'd be really useful information for people. We are in the Blissey stall stage, so there's been a lot of questions about this. People are like, oh, can you use the Suicune strat? They specifically nerfed that. What happens is Cresselia will one-hit KO, not really one-hit KO, but they will, I think it's like guaranteed crits. Or it might be a guaranteed one-hit KO on a Pokemon that's been in for longer than 5 turns. And then because there's this shared fate, the Pokemon get fainted. So if one Blissey goes down, they all go down. Probably 6-7 weeks before I get proper strat for this raid. Maybe like 6-7 days. It's pretty possible that on the next reset, all the smart people have had time to cook. Who knows though, John? YouTube is absolutely popping off today, by the way. We're at 280 viewers on YouTube. That's insane. Thank you all for watching. 320 between both platforms. That's more than last night. Super cool. Appreciate you all being here. I'm sure a group will figure it out in like the next 6-7 hours, not even 12 hours, Cisco. 280, what the hell? I know. It looks like Xanarchy is still cooking. I think they're trying to figure out what they're doing here. Petrowski's struggling with Mandibuzz. What's his comp? He's running Magnezone, Minoon, Plusle. Luxray. Yo, thank you for the follow, Doom Devil. Give it a like, guys. Hey, Knight's asking, not me. All right, so we were through the Blissey stage. I don't know how much damage they're at. They're at 38.8% this time. Have people used Darkrai to beat Cress? I've seen Darkrai in the fight, but I have not seen... Well, nobody has beaten Cress yet, so can't say that they have. Smooge just followed. Smooge, thank you for the follow. Jab2K, thank you for the follow. Gav, you too funny keeping tabs on that Mandibuzz raid too. Hey, I just like raids, you know? I thought I was already following, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, with like the auto recommend feature, 1, I don't stream like ever. 2, with the auto recommend feature, there's so many people that I think that I follow, but it's really like I always just see them below the like live channels thing. Just because I click on them all the time. Which is a funny part about Twitch. All right. So now we're in the, what the Billy boys are doing here is they've got just all bulky, like unique bulky Pokemon. So we have a Snorlax, a Lickitung, an Electivire, a Clefable, a Shuckle, a Porygon 2, a Tyranitar. So they're not, their only repeat Pokemon are the Bisharps and the Blisseys. They're going for unique, so they don't have the shadow problem. Pat having his own Crest fight with that Mandy. Yeah. Where are they? They're at half, and They're just struggling to find the damage, it looks like. They're on their... Pat's on his 4th Mon, and they're at like 60%. You guys want to see? I'll flash it really quick. While we're waiting. No, that's... Oh, I have the wrong... What the heck? All right, so we have 3 Mons left. Oh, hold on. I'm going to watch this turn real quick. We got a... Bronzong got hacks, which is not good. Any hacks can just throw off the entire turn. If you need to do one of the type moves or the alternating moves. Guitar Assurance goes off well, though. Bronzong is getting focused, so we'll see what happens. Wonder if Volt Switch Zapdos works. Volt Switch is probably not enough damage. I'm seeing Raikou and Zapdos. That's already bad for Mandibuzz. Not the best, but he only can get what he has access to via his Iron Man account. So, U-turn Volt Switch tech is funny. To be honest, I'm bored of watching these guys do the same strat again and again. How come they aren't bored? Because they are optimizing to find that last 1.9%, and it is very fun to do that. What's the cap? 4% on Cresselia. Like Clefable just suffered the wrath of Zeus. Did it get zapped? I was looking down at Pat. Okay, Bronzong Psywave goes off this time, which is good. We don't get haxed. Let's see if we can find the 6% that we need here out of all 4. Seismic Toss. Psywave. So that was about the 6% that we needed to see per turn. The tough part is we have to get another 25% from these last 4 Pokemon. Yeah, Pat's team isn't at half yet, and they're... Unless Pat's Pokemon are getting kind of owned, they're getting kind of... They're dwindling life to over here. Pat's fighting for his life on the second screen here. I saw my team members. That Mandy is hard with randoms. It was fun to watch them rage anyway. Yeah. Cresselia spamming Thunderbolt like it's her job. Going beep beep, get paralyzed Bozo. Yeah. I think that you turn Scizor into Flash Fire Houndoom Snarl. I think the Houndoom just dies. Do you think I could level up a whole Rain Team and Electric Team before the event ends? Yeah, you only need to get your Rain Team to level 60. The Electric Team does need to get to level 80, though. Could you? Absolutely. It would take a lot of time. Do you want the Billy Boys to win? I really don't have a vested interest. I would just be happy to see them do it. I kind of just would be... I'm just here for the love of the game, you know? I just want to see somebody do it. Just started PokeMMO. How's it going for you? .4% damage cap means every Pokemon needs to hit 3 times on average. So that damage cap is the fixed health move damage cap. So the Psywave, Seismic Toss damage cap. They're cooking on what they need to click here. We'll pop out Pat really quick. Pat has 2 Pokemon left, and Mandibuzz is barely at half health. Zan is spectating this one now. All right, we should see a move here shortly. They have 2 locked in. Would a competitive melodic work for this raid? We did see people try to use that. It could work, yeah. Like seeing people fight for a treasure, you know damn well you can't get anyway. Exactly. We can watch the people that are good at the game actually do things. So Bisharp has a higher cap. There's not a cap, so to speak. Bisharp is hitting the cap. It's just the fixed damage moves are fixed at 1.5%, and people are electing to use them because it's easier to organize what mons you're using. It's complicated for me. It is. There's a lot to take in. Bad Munda. Are there any particular questions that you have? Because I am a wealth of information. And I like to help people. So if there's anything in particular that's confusing, feel free to ask. I'm starting to think these Chinese guys are real, just bots. Just down some combinations, see what works. You cannot brute force this. Every attempt takes like a half hour. I know that you're joking, but I read it out loud, and there are people that are watching that aren't necessarily getting the tone because I didn't read it as such. Does not look like 6-star Lameo. It looks like an 8-star, to be honest. Crest was protected by physical moves, but Psywave didn't affect it. Is Psywave physical? No. There are 2 shields that you have to get around. One is you have to alternate physical and special moves. They're using Seismic Toss and Psywave alternating. You also have to alternate type. Luckily, both of those are separate types. So that's why you're seeing a lot of Seismic Toss and Psywave mons. That allows you to get around both of the shields after 50%. I have a question. How to sell Pokemon? You need a 4th gym badge, and then you have to go to the PC, open up the GTL. There's the option underneath PC, and then that's the market. It's the global trade link, it's called, and that's where you can sell Pokemon. But you need to have your 4th gym badge done. It looks like they're kind of running out of steam. Why do they use Vanillix? I don't know, to be honest. I haven't seen what the Vanillix does. It could just be for weather and then something else. Oh, Pat got wiped, but the rest of his team might carry him across the finish line. We'll opt over to the Pat Mandibuzz raid really quick because they are... Oh no, we got 2 red zones. We might have to dual box here. Quick flash of Pat. Mandibuzz is getting low. They've got 2 Amphiroses in. Hopefully both of them have their hidden ability. But back to the Licky Licky sub in here. We got Licky Licky, Electivire, Pokepaste. Nobody's got a paste yet, unfortunately. Did somebody test like spin to contrary and psych up the boost on something tanky? No one has, but everyone's using something tanky to like all the tanky mons are just using fixed damage moves. So I'm rooting for the smart people to solve this. Me too. Same sentiment here. All right, we got moves coming out. It looks like they're not finding the damage. Thank you, Tom. Another channel 1 team in the red zone. This might be the run. Cav, I love you secretly. Well, I love you openly. They should try Psych Up strat. I use this in Suiken rate, and the stats will not go down if you use the Psych Up from the boss. I think the stats will go down. Also, you can't use similar strats to Suiken raid because after 5 turns now, the boss basically takes out your Pokemon like a trained hitman. Just bang, gone. Okay, they have 2 Pokemon left, so I think they're okay. Three Pokemon. Pat might get Mandibuzz here. Question, do you need full Pokedex raid to access Cresselia raid? To fight Cresselia, you need full Pokedex. To just get to the raid den, you need the Sinnoh Dex. What if you ally swap the anti-stall? That's a good question. I don't know. Double box? I haven't set up the double box. I have a quad box, but they're talking about us watching the Billy Billy stream on Billy Billy. They said the foreign something are watching 1.9%. Autokill mechanic was kind of lazy to deal with it, but I understand why they couldn't allow that to be a thing. Yeah, it's basically need quad box. We could do a quad box. I don't know if we could really see what's going on. Should we go for the quad box? Do people want to watch the quad box? Oh damn, I'm gate kept from Cresselia. Yeah, sorry, Rocket. Oh, that's crazy. The autokill is evil. Yeah, I don't think they could really do a lot of design if you could just basically make a Blissey an impenetrable tank that just owns. It looks like Pat did get the thing done. Does anyone offer Sinnoh Scene decks as a service? I know that there were previously deck services like that. Pat beat Mandibuzz? Yeah, I saw. Big W for Pat. Imagine skill swapping Crest Volt Absorb would count for the special. Skill swapping Crest Volt Absorb. Swapping a skill onto the boss only lasts for a turn. All right, we got the move out. Let's see. Porygon recovered. Licky wrapped. Electabuzz T-Bolt is only 0.2%. That's tough, but I guess they needed to get any damage off. Someone tried Swagger Foul Play and they used Punishment with Weavile and hit the damage cap of 4%. That works. It's a lot of setup to do 4%, but that is another option to get a lot of damage in. We should have that auto kill for all the stallers in OU. Finally, a good suggestion. Yeah. Skill swap Lightning Rod on one of the ads. They would hit like a truck, however. Yeah. Maybe that's the reason why they're not doing that. Or the boss would just elect not to click Thunderbolt because it sees it's getting absorbed. Tough to say, though. Wouldn't Lightning Rod right here just absorb all the T-Bolts? Potentially, yeah. Yeah, I guess the AI wouldn't use it. Yeah, unclear what the AI would do in the face. It might not be able to tell that the ability's on the field. I'm not sure. Tough to say. Fungal busty ass. What's RP at right now? So I need to complete the story first. You do need to complete the stories. You need to complete all the stories. RP at an all-time low. Perfect moment to invest, in my humble opinion. You're not wrong. It is at an all-time low, so it's unclear of what the future holds for RP, though. Umbreons with Foul Play and Snarl could go far, I believe. Yeah. Good call. I might sink 100 mil into it right now. Do not take financial advice from the stream for anybody listening as I read my chatters joking with each other out loud. You hear that? I'm not wrong. Yeah, it is. It is objectively at an all-time low. If you get the boss to +4, +6 attack, yeah. I guess it won't shrug off the attack boosts, will it? All the stallers are dancing. Raffle. Cresselia is available for... Yeah. Yeah, the stall people are happy. Actually, you could do decks without completing all stories. I think you also need to complete all the Elite Fours. It's often not mentioned because the assumption is you would complete all the Elite Fours to get the decks done, but invest in the slime mat. Trust me, viewers. Oh, wait, I'm not paying attention. They're about to... They're very close again. Recover on this P2 was huge, but they don't have the damage with 2 left. I don't know if the Porygon guy was last. No crits. Licky goes... No. Oh! Electabuzz dies to the Foul Play. Kanto Islands are optional too. Did my ult without them. Yeah, you definitely don't need to do the Kanto Islands. They're going to 1.9 again. It looks like they're not even going to hit 1.9. But this is a good... You know, they're consistently getting in the sub 5. .9. So the two best attempts that we've seen have been the Billy boys. We got a 1.9 and a 4.9. Nice try, yeah. Mod install is complex. Yeah, you don't need mods though. All right, pretty good attempt here. We got a triple Billy. It looks like they've had a Snorlax in play, so they might be alternating with this team. They might be swapping in and out with Baton Pass or something. It looks like they're saying... It just comes down to luck at this point for the strat that the Billy boys are running. Who's going to take the gold? Tough to say. Assume the devs know how to beat this raid? Yes, they do. If you win, do they give it to you permanently? It seems that way, yeah. When the mons get -3, minus special attack, and minus speed debuff, on entry, every Pokemon, there's a mechanic, there's a shadow mechanic, basically for every other Pokemon, duplicate Pokemon in the link. So let's say, for example, everyone's doing duplicate Bisharps. As soon as a Bisharp comes in, it checks how many there are in the link total. And so for every one more for every duplicate there is, it loses 1 attack, 1 special attack, and 2 speed. So because everyone's running 4, there are 3 other than the 1. It loses 3 attack, 3 special attack, and then 6 speed. If they use something like Lightning Rod strat, they would have won like 10 times ago at this point, maybe. I don't know exactly how the Lightning Rod would function. They might have the ads shrug it off too. Could be a waste of a turn. They might have already tested. Did they release Darkrai without having beat it last year? Or was it that... I don't think they've released anything that they haven't beaten. So competitive, yeah, defiant competitive, maybe contrary. It looks like they may have messed with the Licky Licky moveset for the Billy boys. This might have been a forfeit. How's the strat looking? Could 4 Empoleon do anything at the end? Maybe. I just find out about Cresselia right now. What do you think the strat is for her? We don't know yet. No one's beaten it. But they are getting close. Yeah, Toad, we are getting close. Respawn maybe is a good idea. Yeah. I'm not giving people advice on what to breed until there's an actual strategy out. We are in the red over here, though. God, I wish I had a mic arm. Buy Jirachi guys to the moon. What's Jirachi base price right now? Is it still 2.8? So this raid is permanent, right? It seems that way. It does look like it's a permanent raid, yeah. Tough to say, though. I don't know if it said definitively in the patch notes. The patch notes came out and I was busy. And then it came back out 2.7. Oh, yeah, that's tough. The patch notes came out and then the game was up and I basically went straight into the game. The devs probably beat this with tanky ground Pokemon strat. Perhaps. Perhaps. CPY ZLB. We are seeing some switching going on. It looks like the switching has no bearing on, it doesn't reset the timer. So it looks like the timer is independent of, yo, Depensly, thank you for the follow. Dispenly. Reading too quickly. We sure the devs actually beat it? No, but would assume so. It says Cresselia recapture an instance, so perma, likely perma, yeah. Excited about all the unique mechanics once repeatable strat is out. Learned so much from Heatran and Jirachi. Yeah, it's really fun. Oh, we have a Lucky Chant Jirachi. Cresselia is in rage now, so it's been in too long. They are on last mon here. Would be kind of funny if rage also failed at 1.9% and said, "Ah, fuck it, this is doable." They will figure the rest out. I mean, it's not impossible that happened, but I think rage probably beat it first. Jirachi to the moon. YZ, you're doing a great job of talking up the Jirachi prices. I'm here for it. The Billy boys have started an attempt. They're at about 20%. Lucky Chant Prob, one of those not very effective moves. We'll see. Or Iron Ball Spinda Fling. You know? Not the worst idea. I don't know what they're cooking with Excelgor. I think it does decent damage for a single hit. $130 power for +4 attack. Yeah, don't hate it. We had a light screen go off here in the red zone. U-turn Jirachi does 0.6%. Back into a Blissey. Sorry, I was ignoring chat. Technically, the devs can release anything if it is possible, even if it beats OBS. Almost impossible. They could, then other can. Yeah. But if we can do it, there's a whole team of people now. How to join event? Tell me. The event's just going on. You can go around and look for trick-or-treaters. I would join a Discord or look at global chat and look where people are calling out trick-or-treaters. No puedo hablar en español, lo siento. I'm digging the Blissey squad. Yeah, Blissey's a good one. To spin a link, live long enough to hold on Iron Ball. There's permanent Trick Room at some point, so it'll go first. What if you went Rain Team, Assault Gear on Kingdra, Politoed, Water Spout, Bisharp, Tanky, Jellicent? Possible. %17.1% is good. Bro just called you a failure in Spanish. What does fracasado mean? I know that he said I don't understand you. I thought it was like I don't. Fracasado is failure. Should I ban him? Cav, I need $11,559,893. Can you help? You know, actually, that's not my money. It's somebody else's actually. So I would love to. I'd love to help you, but there's a slight problem. And that my money is actually at 0. So yeah, sorry. So, bro called me a loser in another language. What the heck? Well, this guy's broke. Yeah, he's broke as heck. How many OTs does Cresselia need? 4. Not Polytoad. My bad. This guy's Swampert, Quag, Seismitoad, Wishcash, Gastrodon. Might be better with a... Yeah, we were watching Xanarchy's POV. Go ask him. Yeah, so that was just Xanarchy's overlaid on top of mine. $0 moment. We're not going to implement Spanish. Haters going to say it's fake? Yeah. Here, let me, where is, yeah, I'm broke. Gyro Ball isn't the best move for this. I mean, there's not a lot of great options. 13.7% though. The Billy Billy boys are in the Blissey phase. Sensei, thank you for the follow. Biggest problem in this raid is Thunderbolts and crits. We get Lightning Rod to negate T-Bolts completely and Lucky Chant for crits. We are unstoppable, perhaps. Sell guides to earn easy Pokeyen. Yeah, I'm not in the business of selling guides though. Doesn't interest me. We get a Gyro Ball off, 12%. Abe, thank you for the follow. Shadow Ball off for 0.6. Yeah, they don't have much left on these two. Kind of petering out at the end here. I'm broken, PokeMMO and IRL. Same. Why does Crest always spam the same move? It's usually because they're using Pokemon that have resistances to its stab, so it's just finding Thunderbolt ends up being the highest damage move that it sees. Ferrothorn got one hit KO just there. That was that mechanic. And now Thunderbolt is the most effective move against Jirachi's typing, and so it's going to continue using Thunderbolt, and Jirachi goes down. Bro's answering emails on stream. Broke for sure. Yeah. Why does Cress always... I just answered that. 1k Pokemon per hour and I'll follow you around and be a hype man. Am I missing ingrain or is it not used? I don't know if we used to use. I think it doesn't matter. I don't think they needed the ingrain because the Ferrothorn lived to its cap anyway. So let's watch the Billy boys. Yeah, you just get Thanos snapped at the end. Cav, do you know if we get to keep Cresselia? It seems like we will get to keep Cresselia, yes. I don't like answering definitives until I know, but it looks like that. Pharaoh, Ingrain, Assurance will be MVP. Not so sure. It looked like the Ferrothorn lived anyway without the Ingrain, so it could just be a waste of a turn. That you could be, it could be used clicking damage. I guess the raids will get rid of that after a few turns, yeah. Are you able to switch or not? You can switch, but it doesn't. It looks like it does not get rid of the counter. It looks like the counter continues even though the Pokemon is out. So once it comes back in, it just picks up where it left off. Gyro Ball does 0.7 is higher damage than Assurance. There you go. Wonder if they can use the same skill swap mechanics, but with Shedinja's Wonder Guard. No. Wonder Guard's like nerfed in this game. Also, I think it can just use Power Gem, right? Or is it... No, it's whatever's... Yeah, regardless, it just... Wonder Guard kind of functions like a focus sash in this game. What held item for Blissey? It might be Covert Mantle. Wait, when Crest enrages with a Mon, attacks more times, Protect can be great still. No, Protect is only mitigates damage against raid bosses. It doesn't stop all damage, and then you would just die the next turn anyway. Even if it did block the turn. And now PokeMMO devs need to make this a 7 or 8 star raid, not a 6 star. I mean, it kind of feels like one. I'm pretty sure you cannot swap Wonder Guard. I haven't seen it specifically tested. One just say to Citrus, so Citrus might be it. The Blissies are showing Citrus, don't be blind. Bro, sometimes I don't see things. What did Q say? Piss off, sometimes I forget things. Piss off, sometimes I don't see things. I'm watching literally eight things. That's what I need backseaters for, though. I need you guys to tell me what's actually happening. Stupid streamer, open your eyes. They're calling it fake news. Our Cab News Network is already done. But yeah, thank you, though, Rainer. I appreciate it. Can we give Blissey Battle Guard by skill swap? Perhaps. Battle Armor, yeah. Equip Spider Eyes IRL, dude, I wish. That'd be cool. Could there be a U-turn into Stallmon strat here? It doesn't look like U-turn's really doing enough damage for anything. But it could be. Do you think the devs completed on the test server? Or is this the real-time test to see if it's possible? I think... they did it on the test servers, but I'm not sure. You're doing great, Cav. Thank you, Rocket. I was mostly joking. I was entirely joking. Does the strat seem pretty fleshed out, or is it hard? It's a lot to figure out. We're just trying to find that last 1.9% of damage, and by we, I mean the Billy boys that we're watching right here. And so they're just kind of optimizing. It might be a little bit of luck. If every paralysis can mean a lot of damage loss because you need to alternate types and physical special for each move. So one miss means that one miss is actually 2 misses every time. First team it should get an untradeable alpha variant. That would be really cool. Does Defiant work with the mirror bind? Yes. Shell armor greater than battle armor. What mons have you seen U-turn? I've seen Jirachi use U-turn, obviously not stab, but it was very little damage. It would probably be like a scissor angle, right? You need like a slow scissor. And it'd be difficult to coordinate. What's the nature for Bisharp? We don't know. Boring ass strats, kind of agreed, Zan. I'm watching you cook on a second screen. I don't know exactly what you're doing, but damn $0 rip cav. Yeah, I know. Tough out here. You can't hit boss the same type of moves twice after 50%. You can't do the same type, and after 75%-ish, 60%-ish, they also have to alternate physical special. Is Bisharp good here? Bisharp is good here. Pretty much everybody's using Bisharps. So in all likelihood, a Bisharp will probably be used in the first Cresselia down. But, you know, it's tough to say exactly. Did I? Gotta equip the whole brain to do this raid? Yeah. My whole brain is non-functional right now. Fuck it, use Bisharp and Poniard. I think it's Evo line is the clause, unfortunately. We've seen Braviaries, we've seen Melodics, we've seen Empoleons. This is where I stop paying attention, and then all of a sudden they're like in the red. Reason why you can't do Haunch Merc, yeah. On another screen here, I'm watching Pat nickname his Metacham Thick Thigh King. So that's interesting. Brad MMO, thank you for the follow. Do the Bisharps ever live? Curious, as I've got a semi-comp ready, but I don't have perfect IVs. That's a really good question. We were watching another team. What they did was they would set up screens on turn 1, and they would bring in a Jirachi and 3 Bisharps. The Jirachi's only purpose is to click follow me, and then the Bisharps were able to live a second turn. So the Jirachi tanked all of the attacks, and then the Bisharps lived to then get a second Sucker Punch off. That's effectively 8% damage better than just using 4 Bisharps. Thanks for telling us about Thick Thigh King. Yeah. Thought that should be shared. Pat about a soft crest with that one. Yeah. I welcome our Thick Thigh overlords. All right, we are officially in the red. We are 20.9%. I'm using Politoed to bait and get a move off. Oh, that's what it was for? Do. We've hit the 3-hour stream mark. No need for follow me, and it gets rid of Sun, tanks 4 Thunderbolts. That is a good option. What's it clicking? Have you decided yet? Or is it like a Captivate angle? The Billy boys are working out their team order really quick. Captivate at the moment, yeah. Bisharp prices in GTL skyrocketing. You can click anything. Yeah, it's just There's probably not much to be eked out, but it could be cool. God, I hate that I messed up the graphic. Okay, let's see what happens. We go seismic toss, selected buzz clicks T-bolt, mostly to get the special move off so that they can alternate properly. Bronzong used toxic. Both Bisharp and Bravery Defiant can hit damage cap on turn 1 and turn 2. Yeah. Are you winning the race, son? Not exactly. I mean, I'm winning. I get to watch smart people do cool things. Cav now the biggest English-speaking streamer. I wouldn't say that. Why are you hiding your cash stack? Did see room? It was a joke because somebody asked. They asked me for my exact cash stack. They were like, "Hey Cav, I need 11,559,000," and then I sheepishly put up the cover. I was like, "Oh no, that's actually a visual glitch. I have $0." Some people just like, I don't really care. I'll turn it off. But if you have a large cash stack, then you more often will get people asking for money in the game. So they'll hide it just so that they don't have to deal with those questions. Why not just Bidoof and win? That's a great question. We're down to last 3, 15.7%. This attempt looks not that good, but then they always get it down to like single digits. Cav better than Ludwig confirmed. You're saying it, not me, but I'll take it. Oh, sweet. You decided to do the race. Well, we're watching the race, but yeah, I decided to watch it. Can you revert Trick Room? I don't think so, Raph. I'm completely... Oso says I'm completely ignoring work, trying to get all my alts ready to raid. Bullets, thank you for the follow. Oso, what's your strat for getting your alts ready to raid? Are you making Murkrows to start? Are you getting some additional alts? Or additional OTs for your alts? I would rather not revert the Trick Room, to be honest. Yeah, I think leaving the Trick Room up is probably better. We're at 14% here. Is anybody watching any other attempts? I made a shit ton of OTs on alts before the event. Sun team, fighting team, dark bug mix, but I was not prepared for a rain team. You only need one OT. So if you have a Murkrow, you can easily do the rain raid, or just like literally any neutral hitter. You do not need to make 2 rain OTs for the Golek raid. I don't even know how to... This looks promising, doesn't it? I mean, they are the most promising so far. It's going to be close if it comes down to it, but... Every time I see something like this, like the Shuckle has won. I think this guy still has a Clefable left. The Shuckle guy still has a Clefable left. Electivire's on last mon. There's one mon for Licky Licky left. They might do it here, actually. You can just grab Story Trash off GTL for Golurk. Yeah. I hope they fail every single time. Xanarchy is a D1 hater right now, and I'm here for it. I am Cresselia. Has anyone beat Cresselia yet? Luna, has anyone beat you yet? Best attempt is at 1.9%. I'm at work. Has anybody beaten Cresselia? I don't believe anyone has. You see the party mons for the guy with the Shuckle? Looks like his Fable is dead. No? I can't see. Oh, true. Yeah, I'm dumb. I was looking down at the Billy stream of this, so I could see their whole comp, and I thought that he was doing them in order. So yes, you're correct here. This looks like it's it though. They just need to get 8% over the next couple turns, but the problem is it's like as soon as the dam breaks, it breaks. So the Shuckle resting was big. What mons with what moves have you seen doing damage cap? The big one is Pawniard. I mean Bisharp. Do you think that Ice Beam would still hit cap in rain on Golurk? Potentially. Cresselia 4% channel 4. Is it a separate attempt, Imagio? We're at 7.3 right now on this attempt. They have 4 mons alive. The Shuckle isn't though, so they need everything to live one more turn after this. The Licky Licky probably could live, but it'll depend on. Just use a full restore on Shuckle Pragi. Yeah. Resurrect, thank you for the follow. Super close though. It looks like we're getting a special water move from Licky Licky. Is that Whirlpool? They are celebrating on Billy. Somebody just said congratulations in advance. They think they got it, so we'll see what happens here. Why is Shuckle asleep? I think it was rest. God, this is so annoying. Did they turn off the spectate thing again? All right. It was Whirlpool. Okay. 0.1%. It's special. It's an alternate. Oh, Psywave. That's 1 point. They got the order wrong. Or they just couldn't do it. Electivuz, I think, goes down. I wish I was showing the Billy thing because somebody literally said congratulations in advance. If that's not a premature celebration or a jinx. How do you find those streams on Billy? Someone else linked this one to me. Otherwise, I use a translator. This might be another sub 5% wipe. How much does a we have Whirlpool damage and toxic damage, I think. %3.6%. Whoever said that needs to take a break because we need some winners. It was Xanarchy on Billy. I don't think I got it from Xanarchy. 2.2%. Okay, they survived that. The Solar Beam's going to kill the P2. Has the Licky Licky moved yet? I didn't see it go. Poison. Whirlpool. Does Licky win? It's going to be down to sub 1% now. .8. Holy shit, they did it. That's it. GG's. They did it. It was not a premature celebration. Let's see if anybody got a shiny. All right, guys, build your licky lickies. GG's. YouTube was so far behind. I was here. Let me pull up the Chinese team won. GB Snorlax, GYFXH. They're saying brute force. Yeah, so now begins the breakdown of what they did and how they did it. Let's rip some fireworks. Damn. That was crazy. Nail biter for sure, yeah. That came absolutely down to the wire. That was insane. Are they linking them? They haven't put it up yet. If anybody... immediately puts Crest up on GTL. What kind of Monster Hunter hat is that? The hat is the Red Lotus hat. Are you talking about the one? Oh, no, you can't see me. Cav, if you logged into Billy Billy, you could enjoy the Blu-ray quality. Yeah, I could. All right, let me update. Damn. Now ask them for PokePaste. Yeah, Cav, if you like the stream, guys, you don't have to. I don't know how much longer we're going to be here. We got the race for world first. I have work to do, unfortunately, but damn, I really want them to put it up on the market. Or link. I don't know if they would do it in EN chat. I think I'd have to join. I don't know how I would get it. But yeah, Cresselia confirmed catchable. Can't use an OU. I think you can use an OU. I think it was marked as Uber's right when it dropped. Then they probably consulted the people that make those decisions, the council, and they said it was okay. They linked one in English chat. I must have missed it. I don't know how to join. Settings. I don't care enough. Click the flag on your chat. Where? Oh, there it is. Am I blind? That is Korean. That's Japanese. That I think is Chinese. Chinese is the H, yeah. Thank you for the follows. I know it's Cresselia banned OU. It doesn't look like it's banned in OU. Hopefully they link it again. But don't see it just yet. We're just going to keep watching this Billy stream until I do see it, then I'll pull it up separately. Oh, it's on the GTL. 1.8 bill. Look at that. Spidget. There's your Cresselia. Go grab it. You're able to, you have all four. That's awesome. 110.33. 1.8 bill. Yeah. It's nutty. Did anyone see what the item is? It's not the Dream Essence, it's separate, so. Bro said, have me a crest by the morning, Bedge. Yeah. Did Pat get his Darkrai? I wasn't watching. I assume Loon or something. Yeah. Let's. They might not have listed it. Bye, Cav. You're a millionaire. Yeah, I'm a millionaire, not a billionaire. Oh, I keep. There's the Cresselia catch time. November 7th, 1:10 p.m. That's Eastern, US Eastern time. Came out neutral nature. The first Cresselia, or one of the four first. Maybe check the string dump. There's a name for it. Yeah, I don't care enough though. By the way, I don't blame Disco. This RP price isn't on. Yeah, it's just fun to meme on Disco. After the insane Disco Shiba financial advice, Fidget can buy grass. Hate that that's the strat that won. I mean, that's kind of what I think. It's from what Rach says. It seems like it's kind of what she intended. Not quite sure, but. Yeah, Dodd and Estos is dumb. What an unfun fight. I hate this. Where did Rach say anything? It's in the raid Discord. I think that what you're going to want to do is probably some variation of what they used. Can you give a brief overview of the strat that they used? Essentially what they did was that did not work. Let me download this image really quickly. Pictures. Can't really see right here, but it was an all Bisharp lead, Defiant. The Excelgor was just damage cap. They had a Blissey come in early, probably. It was like Excelgor, Superior for Glare, Chandelure, Driftblim. Then it was all Blisseys, and then it was a mixture of Pokemon at the end here. That's an Electivire, if you can't tell what that's right is. A Rest, Wrap, Struggle Bug. Oh my god, why is my brain blanking? Why couldn't I think of Shuckle? Clefable might have... I don't know exactly what the Clefable did. You're just looking for a lot of like Seismic Toss, Psywave Pokemon. So it was like Psywave, Toxic from Bronzong, Psywave from the Porygon 2. A lot of Pokemon that just don't have the same stats. Or sorry, the same species, so you can alternate. How many turns of stall was that? I think it was about a 15-ish, 20-ish turn game. It'd be cooler if they did 4 U-turn into Blissey and then U-turn back into the next tank, and they would do that much more interesting. I mean, cook it. Get in the lab. Grab some people. What is the last Pokemon in GBS's party? That is a Clefable. Too blurry. Yeah. I think it's Electabuzz, not Electivire. We got a raid from Xanarchy. Thank you, Xan. All 10 viewers. I think we're all just going to be going over to another stream here shortly, but I appreciate it. That's Buzz? Okay, thank you. So it was Eviolite Buzz, then not Fire. It's a Clefable and a click metronome only. It was it was awesome. Wait, did it actually? I missed that. Definitely not Jolly Neyrod. It's clicking Sucker Punch. I'm gonna cook up my 4 accounts after I do one more run of Darkrai. Do you have 4 accounts with the OT Dex done? Are you lying to me, YZ? Show a screenshot again, please. I'd never. Smile. All right, I gotta go. It's been real. I'm not going to put out a guide specifically on what this team did, just because I think the type of player that's going to look to me for a guide is going to look for something more consistent. Bro, from which idiot did you steal that screenshot from? It's so low quality. Give me a better one. It's a screenshot. Probably Allcom Max Spidef bulk for Bisharp. That might be the play. Yes, sir. That's the only way to farm Heatrans for the eventual shiny heater. Yeah, okay. Then you're ready to go. Props to you, Grateful. It's a screenshot of their stream. It's not the screenshotter's fault. Yeah. Kind of weird to just like hate on the person who took the screenshot, but thank you for the stream. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Mystery. Thanks for joining. If you had to breed stuff, Bisharp is a good OT to have regardless. And oh, was it you? Oh, oh, that's funny. Never mind. I thought you were just randomly hating on people. It was self-deprecating. I didn't see. I just grabbed it from the. Well, you know where I grabbed it from. I did not see who posted it though. That's funny, Croy. I would love a quick summary if you have the time. I mean, it's pretty much just alternate Seismic Toss, Psywave with bulky Pokemon and do everything you can to make them live. The Sharp Nature, don't know. DM you on Discord with a better screenshot. Thank you. Let me put that up so people have it. Where's my images? There we go. Wait, is this the same team? This isn't it. Did they get rid of the Electabuzz on the final one? Maybe the first one wasn't as good? I don't know. Wait, this is a separate team. These are different people. We're getting trolled here. Bisharp, Adamant, Sucker Punch could be. We don't know though. Yeah, those are entirely different people. All right, hold on. Let me just do this really quick. It's not letting me log in for some reason on Billy. Yeah, it's just blurry, unfortunately. There's nothing that we can do about it. The ones in the red boxes are the meta Pokemon. Yeah. Do you know, Hypers, do you know what the Vanillix is for? I kept missing what it did. Does anyone know? The last one, the leader wasn't using 6 Pokemon, was pissing me off. Vanillix for hail, yes, but what does it click? Is the question. Crystal clear. Have you for Mister? I am not. Vanillix for Mist. This is better. There we go. Thank you, Xanarchy. There's OBS. There it is. It's going to be really tough to breed for because everybody's going to have different mons. Also, this probably won't be the quote-unquote meta strat, so it's tough to say what will evolve as the most desired or used Pokemon. It's very possible that there's a strategy that just uses entirely defiant competitive Pokemon, keeps them alive for a few turns, and you do much more damage, you do it much quicker. Which would be a much more desirable long-term strat to use. You have the poke paste for this team? I don't think anybody has the poke paste. Half an hour fight, yeah. Fuck no, absolutely. Do we know what's the item called to boost up the IV? Are you talking about the medicines that boost IV? There's a couple different ones. There's like protein, calcium, and stuff. I want to probably buy the Cresselia if it was only listed for 5 million, 50 million minus. How many zeros is that? Oh, boost up for Cress? I haven't seen what it is yet. No, that's a good question. We thought it might be like Lunar or something, and there's nothing up like that. So if somebody can translate Chinese, it probably pops up in the battle video at the end. It'll say you get like 10 of something. Someone cleared Cresselia. Someone cleared Cresselia. The team on screen is the team that cleared Cresselia. If you're going... Kev says, higher quality screenshot of the team comp. All right, let me pull this up real quick for you all. This is what Kev sent through for us so that we can see it a bit better. Here, let me drop this in this. Here oh yeah, there it is. You guys can see it now, right? Yeah, that's Crystal. Great work here. Thank you, Kev. That helped greatly. Thank you. What's the TLDR of this strat? Use pawn. I keep saying pawn here. Use bishop to do cap damage on all 4 people before the alternating type rule, and then after that use 4 Blissies at one point to do a bunch of damage, and otherwise keep Toxic up, keep Light Screen up, remove the boss's stats, and alternate between Psywave and Seismic Toss, and then find a combination of Pokemon that can live long enough to do enough damage to the boss. Man, devs just love stall, huh? Well, they really didn't want stall to work, but they're in a tight bind in terms of a game design position where if there is a way to brute force the boss down with pure damage and dying immediately, they will find it, but they want to create variety, so they need to create situations where you can't do enough damage with one Pokemon that only live 1 hit. So inherently, you have to create some bulk somewhere to live additional turns. We have no idea what was the Licky moves, natures, and IVs. We have no idea. It clicked Whirlpool once. It might get Seismic Toss as well. It's tough to say. Cav, thanks to the guides, man. I made it through the Dark Road hard mode with complete strangers. Thanks to you. Happy to hear it, Ascendancy. Clever name, by the way. I guess we wait for a better Pokepaste. I would wait, personally, if I were you. If you're not comfortable, like, potentially making a team that is no longer useful, that people don't run, then I'd wait. Whirlpool, Seismic Toss, Licky, yeah, so it's probably just especially defensively bulky, Licky. General chat, there's now a screenshot of my screenshot of your stream that you put on your stream. We are 4 layers deep. It is getting deep now. Yeah, it finished off with S-Toss, yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy. Almost as crazy as my Murklow Fly win last night on Darkrai 4-star. Electabuzz was there to be an electric type with S-Toss and Eviolite bulky. To not get T-Bolt Perez. Gotcha. Electabuzz stonks through the roof. All the female Electabuses got bought up. Yoink. Probably 2 weeks before you get a proper easy strat. Yeah, at least 2. So I said, just saw the crest on GTL. GLGL, you got this? Yeah, no. I will not be getting it, but I appreciate it. Wonder why they didn't go for the Jirachi strat. Good question. Thank you for the follow, Nayrod. I just picked up a nice little Electabuzz. I guess it's male, so that's useless, but I could just Ditto breed it because Dittos are cheap. Who cares? Okay, we are going to call it. I got to go make a proper lunch. You guys can go watch the Petrowski stream. I won't be running this fight if it's like this. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to test other stuff, Sanarchy. I also will not be rerunning. I'll run it one time to get a Cresselia, but I will not be rerunning it. Thank you for the stream, sir. Happy to do it. I might stream more later in the event, but the excitement's kind of over. This was fun. We'll see. Might just pop on and do some alt stuff. TBD. We'll let you all know. Follow if you want to know when I go live, obviously. Otherwise, very much appreciated. Thank you for joining me on this lovely day. It was a fun time. I love that the Blissey strat came through. I was watching last night. Yeah. We are going to go raid Mr. Rowski. Is he still attempting Darkrai? Let's see. It looks like it. It looks like 50-50. Oh, they might be doing hard mode now. He's about to do our... Okay, let's go watch. Everybody go wish IVs for Electabuzz. You probably definitely need special defensive bulkiness. Otherwise, HP special defense. I don't know if any other stat matters other than that, but TBD. I don't know what the IVs were for the original, so we'll see. We're gonna raid a Mr. Petrowski, and then I'm gonna go drop his YouTube stream in the YouTube chat for anyone who would like to just do click over if they want somebody else to watch. He's about to do the Darkrai raid, so this is good raid content for you. Let's see if that link works. Okay, so I'm gonna drop it in the YouTube chat. Thanks again to everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Wish Petrowski luck with his Darkrai 5-star raid. Let's go not backseat him. Let's just go encourage him. Thanks again. Have a good one. See you another time.